And we start with that breaking news in Virginia Beach. These are new pictures from inside a bank as it was being robbed. The FBI believes that these robbers hit the Wells Fargo on General Booth Boulevard and are wanted in 12 other bank jobs dating back 3 years, all in Chesapeake and Virginia Beach. Good evening. Police tell us these bank robbers are no joke, that they are professionals. Police caught one suspect, but others are still out there, and they're not afraid to shoot. A state trooper knows that. He was grazed by a bullet to his head. Now, here's our team on the ground. Andy Fox on the search for the suspects, and Liz Palka live at the bank. Andy, you're up first.
Yeah, here's the bottom line. Before we get started with this, what we know right now is that the trooper's car was right here. He got out of the car and there was a lot of gunfire, just massive gunfire. At least one of the bank robbers took off running between two houses over there. And then a witness says they actually, at least one of the bank robbers got back in his car and started driving away. We don't know where he ended up. But this is Tom Moriarty. And Tom, tell us what happened. Your house got hit by bullets.
That is correct. And upon coming home this afternoon, once the police allowed us to return to our home, we noticed that the nativity scene had a bullet that passed through it, and it passed through the manger scene, and from there, I'll take you up to the front porch post.
So bullets are flying everywhere.
Apparently, from what my neighbor is saying, and you can see here where the bullet hit my front porch post, passed through, went up and actually slammed into our front entry door, ricocheted up here and then away from the house. And then additionally, if you look up, we've got a bullet hole up there just below the closet window in my upstairs bedroom where my wife and I sleep.
Oh yeah, right up there.
Yes.
Right to the right.
Yes. And essentially from what we've been able to discern is that thank God the officer that was pursuing those suspects was just slightly injured. He's going to be okay.
What did you call this place? You were telling me earlier it was just a shootout.
Yeah, unfortunately it seems that these guys turned our peaceful cul-de-sac into the OK Corral today. We're not talking one or two shots. This was a real shootout. And again, I just want to say it's a blessing that that officer is safe, and I thank my blessings for that. And we hope he is he's recovering.
And Tom, just to show everyone right over here, we have between these two houses over here, it's dark right now, but at least one of the bank robbers took off running through there. And believe it or not, we are now finding out from one of the witnesses that at least one of the bank robbers got back into his car and then started driving back and ended up at another site. And the state trooper was laying on the ground right over here, and he had been grazed in the head, as we have said. Thankfully, his injuries are not serious and that he will be treated, and he could be released today or tomorrow from the hospital. But what a day for you and your neighbors.
Andy, I left the house this morning at 4:30 a.m., come home at noon and told I couldn't come home because my street had been designated a crime scene. I never thought that would happen, never in a million years.
Right, and you were talking about a nurse up the street. Real quick, her story.
Nurse Liz, a wonderful neighbor, to show you what kind of people live in this cul-de-sac. Once she saw that the officer was injured, she ran down here, her safety notwithstanding, to render aid to that injured officer. And that's the kind of people that live on this cul-de-sac, Andy.
Right, and how thankful we are tonight that the state trooper is alive, because he easily could have lost his life down here.
And now all the neighbors are just going to work together to get life back to normal and resume being the peaceful cul-de-sac we were before today.
Tom Moriarty, thank you very much. You heard it here. Eyewitness account here of what has happened to this man's house and a lot of other. I'm telling you, there was a lot of gunfire here. And again, the state trooper, lucky to be alive tonight. That's the latest from Virginia Beach. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And again, those two robbery suspects still at large. This map shows where the whole thing began, Wells Fargo at Strawbridge Marketplace. That's a busy area in the middle of the day, as you can imagine. That's where Liz Palka is live with how this all started. Liz?
Well, Tom, and let me just say, just as neighbors were scared throughout the day, so have people here at Strawbridge Marketplace. They have been scared as well. In fact, a woman just came up to me a little while ago asking, have the suspects been caught yet? People are worried about this, worried about where these two men might be. Meanwhile, police are scattered throughout the area, around the shopping center, throughout the neighborhoods, looking for these two men. Let's show you some of the video. This Wells Fargo is where everything started. It was just before 10 this morning. We know 2 men entered the bank and got away with cash. Fortunately, no one inside the bank was injured. The armed suspects took off in a Chevrolet Blazer. Shortly after, a police pursuit started when the suspects wouldn't stop for a state trooper. Meanwhile, Strawbridge Marketplace is a very busy shopping center in Virginia Beach. Here's more from one woman who works here and lives nearby.
It looks like a scene out of a movie. I feel like I'm watching a movie being filmed, and it's kind of scary, you know, to see the SWAT trucks and the special ops. A little scary, something you don't see every day.
And Virginia Beach police are leading the robbery investigation as well as the search for the suspects. Virginia State Police were stationed here in Strawbridge Marketplace all day. I spoke to a spokeswoman who told me they were here for assistance just in case they were needed. Of course, now we know the FBI is also involved, as well as Chesapeake Police. Live in Virginia Beach, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.